Hello everyone, welcome to CNA, the daily newspaper analysis. So today we are back with the following list of topics to discuss. So let's start. The first topic says about the funds to bolster carbon market. So India said recently that it will plan stabilization fund to bolster carbon market. So we have seen that recently the parliament has passed the Energy Conservation Amendment Bill 2022 in order to establish carbon markets in India and specify a carbon trading scheme. Okay, so what is this carbon markets? So carbon markets are a tool for putting a price on carbon emissions, which allows the trade of carbon credits with the overall objective of bringing down emissions. So this market creates incentives to reduce emissions or improve energy efficiency. For example, an industrial unit which outperforms the emission standards stands to gain credits. So therefore, we could see that a carbon credit is a kind of tradable permit that, as per United Nations standards, equals 1 ton of carbon dioxide removed, reduced, or sequestered from the atmosphere. So therefore, we could see that there are various number of carbon markets. It may be the compliance market that are set up by policies at the national, regional, or at international level. Okay. Then we can even find the voluntary markets that are those in which emitters, corporations, private individuals, and others buy carbon credits to offset the emission of 1 ton of CO2 or equivalent greenhouse gases. So today, if I see about the status of global carbon markets, so by the time of 2021, the value of global markets for tradable carbon allowances or permits grew by around 164% to a record of 760 billion euros. So today, what are the challenges to these carbon markets? It is the very first challenge is poor market transparency. Also, greenwashing also leads to this challenges associated with carbon marketing. So therefore, today we need to likely come up with a good transparency in the institutional and financial infrastructure for carbon market transactions. Because if the UNDP also emphasizes that for carbon markets to be successful, emission reductions and removals must be real and aligned with the country's nationally determined contributions. ओके तो उसी के बेसिस पे यहाँ पे कार्बन न्यूज के बारे में थे. ठीक है, चलो नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं. असम लैंड ऑक्युपाइड बाय नेबरिंग स्टेट्स. तो यहाँ पे रिसेंटली हमारे एक एमएलए मिनिस्टर के द्वारा बोला गया है, एक क्वेरीज आया था कांग्रेस के ऑपोजिशन से कि यहाँ पे कितने सारे लैंड असम का ऑक्युपाई करके रखा है. तो उसके रिप्लाई में आया है कि असम नेबरिंग स्टेट्स ऑक्युपाई सम अराउंड 82,751 हेक्टर्स ऑफ आवर लैंड. तो ये कौन कौन है? नागालैंड सबसे टॉप में है 59,000, नियर अबाउट 60,000 ओनली. अरुणाचल सेकंड में आते हैं. ठीक है, देन मिजोरम थर्ड में आते हैं एंड लास्टली आते हैं मेघालय. ओके, सो हम लोग का त्रिपुरा के साथ इतना कुछ डिस्प्यूट नहीं है. ठीक है, so therefore with Tripura we are much more at a peace as compared to some of the areas which are basically concerned with this respective states. मणिपुर के साथ भी हम लोग का ठीक है, इतना ज्यादा ये नहीं है. लेकिन जो हम लोग का नागालैंड है उसके ज्यादा सबसे ज्यादा हम लोग का एक प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट होता है. ठीक है, तो उसी के बेसिस पे यहाँ पे एक रिप्लाई किया गया था. तो ये नंबर बहुत ज्यादा रेलेवेंट है एंड ऑल्सो दिस hierarchy from decreasing order is also very important. Okay, चलो नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं. मैरिटाइम एंटी पायरेसी बिल. तो ये we have seen that recently Rajya Sabha passes this anti-piracy bill. Okay, so this need of the bill is that IPC is not valid for foreigners in international waters. So therefore, for their prosecution, such number of maritime bill is thereby needed. Okay, because we could see that if I see about the provisions of the bill, यहाँ पे piracy को अच्छे से define किया गया है. Such as piracy is defined as an act of violence or detention by the crew or passengers of a private vessel or a private aircraft on high seas directed against another vessel or aircraft and or people or property on board. So this bill will also apply to the sea beyond the EEZ, that is the exclusive economic zone, that is around 200 nautical miles from Indian coastline. And for committing acts of piracy, the convict shall be punished with imprisonment for life or death in case the act of piracy itself cause to death. So what is the punishment? Participating in or assisting acts of piracy will be punishable up to 14 years of imprisonment with a fine. Okay, so therefore, who has got the powers? So central government, in consultation with the Chief Justice of the concerned High Court, may notify the session court to be designated courts under this respective bill. तो उसी के बेसिस पे यहाँ पे जो इश्यूज है वो भी निकल के आ रहा है, बिकॉज टुडे इट इज वेरी मच ऑफ अनक्लियर हाउ द ओवरलैप ऑफ 14-year term and the life term will be determined, since committing an act of piracy will not necessarily include participation as well. So the issue with the death penalty, Supreme Court of India has advocated for the use of extreme punishment in the rarest of the rare cases. But according to the top court, the death penalty violates Article 14 and Article 21 of the Constitution. तो उसी के बेसिस पे यहाँ पे हम लोग को पायरेसी रोकने के लिए, क्योंकि हम लोग जानते हैं पायरेसी सबसे ज्यादा कहाँ होता है, in this corridor of Gulf of Aden, okay, that is near to the Horn of Africa, because of presence of Somalian pirates, and also in this respective location. क्यों? Because यहाँ पे जो Strait of Malacca का पास होता है, उसी के एरिया में बहुत ज़्यादा पायरेसीज होते हैं, तो इसी के लिए यहाँ पे इनके जुरिसडिक्शन, इनको कंट्रोल करने के लिए ये बिल लाया गया है। ठीक है, नेक्स्ट पे आता है एविक्शंस इन असम। तो रिसेंटली असम ह्यूमन राइट्स कमीशन हैज डायरेक्टली पुट डाउन अ रिपोर्ट कि यहाँ जितने भी जो नौगांव बोत्रोदोबा में, दिस इज रेस्पेक्टिवली अ साइट ऑफ द वैष्णवाइट सेंट रिफॉर्मर श्रीमंत शंकरदेव, ओके, तो उसी के बेसिस पे यहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा इलीगल इमिग्रेंट्स थे, तो उनको यहाँ से हटाया गया था। ठीक है, और बहुत ज़्यादा एरियाज एनक्रोच किया गया था, तो जिसके लिए कम से कम 300 फैमिलीज यहाँ से डिस्प्लेस्ड हुए थे। तो उसी के बेसिस पे अभी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ असम से ये एविक्शन का प्रॉपर सबूत मांग रहे हैं, नौगांव डीसी से मांग रहे हैं। ठीक है, कि कैसे ये आप प्रूफ कर सकते हो कि दिस आर इलीगली ऑक्युपाइड। तो उसी के बेसिस पे ये न्यूज था अबाउट द एविक्शन इन असम। ओके, लास्ट पे आते हैं एडिटोरियल इनविंसिबल ओरिजिनलिटी ऑफ द श्रीनिवास रामानुजन। तो ये हम लोग जानते हैं टुडे we could see this great mathematician's birth anniversary. So recently, the English computer scientist Alan Turing's imitation game or Turing test takes the stance that a machine successfully, and if it responds to a question like a human mind does. So it's a test that machine's ability to exhibit intelligent behavior equivalent to or indistinguishable from that of a human. Basically, it focuses on what? Artificial intelligence. Okay, और ये जो मैन वर्सेस मशीन का जो डिबेट है ये शुरू हो गया था। So today we see that the Ramanujan machine that creates mathematical conjectures which are equations without proof, and mathematicians that prove or disapprove these conjectures, thereby establishing theorems. So in mathematics shed light on newer frontiers that otherwise lurk in this respective corners. So we all know about Srinivas Ramanujan was famous for such conjectures, and from 1904 till his passing in 1920, Ramanujan recorded more than 3,000 equations that were mostly conjectures because he did not supply proof. So the American mathematician, even Bruce C. Barron, an expert of Ramanujan works, says that most of Ramanujan's conjectures are correct as established by the proofs provided side by side with a generalization in the last 100 years. So यहाँ पे बोला जाता है about the unparalleled ability of Ramanujan. Because to understand this, one may consider Ramanujan formula of pi 20 to pi 7 is only an approximated to pi. And in 1914, we could even see Ramanujan published a multiple forum to compute using modular equations. तो इसीलिए यहाँ पे जो उनका एक जीनियस माइंड थे, ओके, दिस जीनियस माइंड्स इज वेरी मच यूज टुडे in every activities, be it for the elliptical graphs, be it for computer network communications, be it for cryptography, okay, तो be it hypergeometric series, be it mock theta equations, तो सब में यहाँ पे हम लोग को आज जो रामानुजन का जो एक मैथमेटिक एबिलिटीज थे, तो उसी के बेसिस पे हम लोग आज आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस को ज्यादा फोकस कर रहे हैं। So in general, artificial intelligence tools are expected to make things happen faster because they now imitate the cogitations. So as for Ramanujan, he is imitable even in the age of artificial intelligence. तो उनका calculations आज artificial intelligence में यूज हो रहे हैं, तो उसी का एक बहुत बड़ा योगदान है किसका? हमारे इंडियन श्रीनिवास रामानुजन के, who was basically a genius of mathematics. तो उसी के बेसिस पे इनका जो बर्थ यूनिवर्सिटी है उनको सेलिब्रेट करने के लिए ये समरी ऑफ एडिटोरियल लाया गया था। ठीक है, चलो, that's all for today. So we have these 5 number MCQs. Please do attempt these MCQs and do join our WhatsApp as well as Telegram channel by the link given below. So that's all for today. Thank you and Jai Hind.